Stella here. Welcome. Today I am going to be making a writing pad folio. Okay, so let's just start from the bottom here. I've got some double-sided adhesive sheets and not score tape, Express It double-sided tape. I've got 1.5 inch. I'm using Aleene's tacky glue. Oops, sorry. And this is just some crepe tape. I would have preferred black or brown, but it's not going to be seen, so it doesn't matter what colour. And we've got a box board, which is 700 GSM. It's quite sturdy. And then I've got the writing pad, which I have created myself. And we've got a pen, because I'm going to put a pen with it. And I'm using some pages from my Paris in Watercolour range. So I'm thinking of this for the front and back on the outside, and this one for the inside. And I've got two of these because I'm going to cover my notepad in the same, probably the same as, well, either one of those. Okay, now these are printed out there on A4, and I didn't bother with borderless. I just let it go because my writing pad, my folio is only going to be Yep. Okay, my folio is only going to be about 26 almost centimetres, but I'm going to be wrapping it. Oh. So that is 29.5. If I take my border away, I've got 28.7. So plenty of room. Now, the box board I cut at, I think we went inches. Did I go inches? I'm pretty sure I went inches. But I'm not 100%. Let's give you correct measurements here. My writing pad, which I'll get to in a minute, is 10 centimetres by 14.2. So let's just make a note of that. The writing pad is 10 by 14.2 centimetres. So we go centimetres. That is 11.3. 11.3 centimetres, or 4 5/8 of an inch. 4 5/8 of an inch across, and the length in metric is 15.3. 1/4. Of course, you don't have to use my measurements. You can just use me as a guide on how to do it rather than specific measurements. So this measures the same length, but it is 12 millimeters. That's a spine, 12 millimeters by, whoops, or 1/2 inch. By the 6 1/4. Okay. So what I want to do first is I'm going to grab my tape here. Oh, you're awkward. Okay, I'm just going up to the edge, not quite the edge there, and then I'm going to cut it. Not quite to the edge there. Okay, turn that over. And then I'll put my guide in there, which is about 1/8 inch. And then I'm going to pop my spine in there. We are not quite straight, thank you. And then we're going to put another piece of this tape. Put our guide in. Oops, stay straight and just pop you back in there. 2 millimeters, which is 1/8 inch. Okay, we'll pop the other side in. Okay. And then I'm going to put another piece of tape here. And before I actually put that down, I'm going to put this in here and push down. And of course you could use your bone folder to do that. Now this is actually securing my hinge. And that's all I need of that. And let's get rid of my hair. Just trim off those extra pieces that we don't want. Oops. So we're going to have really nice looseness there. Now we are going to what I do want to do is just try and mark, if I can, the centre. Oh, shit. Sorry. Looks like the centre to me. So let's just turn this over onto the light and mark it on the back. Face it up against the window. Okay. Put that in the middle. That looks okay. So I'm just going to go around. Oops, get carried away by the drawing. And then I'm going to trim a little bit off here, just to give me an inch. Roughly an inch. That's a bit shorter than that one, but I mean it's a bit longer. Never mind. No, we'll cut it down a wee bit more. Just a little bitty. Okay. Now we want to get a piece of our adhesive paper. And I am going to cut it to match so where is that? Cut it there, and then we will cut it down there. I always keep these because they're just as good as the tape. Cut it into strips and away you go. Okay, now I've learned something. Who did I learn this from? Who did I learn this from? Gosh, I can't for the life of me remember, but let's hope it works. Grab a piece of tape, put it up on the corner, and hopefully, no, it's not working. It should bring away the paper backing, but it's not, it's just separating. Maybe I'm not using the right product. Oh well, never mind. Back to the old way of fighting with it. There we go. So firstly I'm just going to match up this side, match that bottom line and pop that down. Doesn't have to be super accurate. Okay. want to lift the second piece of our pin. And let's pop this down. Match up one side and then let it go for the other side. Yeah, it looks alright. See how smooth I'm getting there? Absolutely smooth. And then I will give that some burnishing. Trim that off, and that's a little bit larger than I would normally go, that space, so I'm cutting it just a little bit better than that. Okay, now let's fold it over, crease that nicely. Fold over the other side, crease the edge as well, and each short side. Righto, now we're going to put some tape. I'm going just from that outside edge to this outside edge. Same here. In fact, the same on all of them. I'm going to be using glue for the corners. Last one. Okay. Let's burnish that into cardstock. Burnish that really well. I'm going to take off this one and fold it over. Just tucking that end in. See that little bit there? You can probably see it better on this side. You can see that little bit there. I am tucking that in. Burnish. Burnish. Just lightly burnish that by going like that. Okay, second long side. Rinse and repeat. And tucking you in. And we're tucking you in. A little bit of burnish there. And don't go crazy with the burnishing in there, because you could break your fabrics off the paper. Oh, I was going to use glue, wasn't I? I do need some glue. I should have put it in there. How could you forget? Oh gosh, easy peasy. easy peasy to forget. Oh, well, it's gone over that one, so it has sealed it, which is good. There we go. Fold it over. Look, I use the A5 images, and you get 2 to an A4 sheet, and that's just gorgeous. Before I go any further with that, we are going to do this. We're going to do our notepad. Now, what I did was on my my graphics program, which I use Microsoft Publisher, which is an old program, and I made the lines, and then I cut them out, cut the pad out, A4 size, divided it in 4, put it together and trimmed it to the size I wanted. Okay, so what I want to do is just put that there so I can stand that up. Now this is my top, and I've got it as smooth as I possibly can, as even as I possibly can. Put some, I probably should do that down here. Put some box board in. And the box board is going to stop any marks that might be caused by these. So, okay. That can stand up. Now I'm taking my Aleene's tacky glue. Oops. Tell you what I haven't done, sorry. I mean, I could, yeah, still go on with that, that's okay. I haven't done a backing for my writing pad. So let's see what we've got. It's almost the same. That's pretty good. So I'm going to trim this to match that. Probably take off only a smidgen there. That's not too bad. Well, Stella, you'd be best measuring, not guessing. What did I say it was? 10 centimetres wide. Okay, I'm just going to take these off. Put my back piece on. I just need that piece, and I don't put it right up to the edge because I don't want it sticking to my paper. One there and one there. And then let's just do the bottom so we can stand it up. Okay, back to the glue. Oh, come on, sweetheart. We've got plenty of glue in there. That's a girl. Spread the glue quite quickly, thickly. I may have mentioned in a previous video, I'm not sure if I even put that video up, but I don't use a brush for this, and my main reason is because I keep forgetting to wash the brushes. That is my main reason. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to smooth it all the way across, then I'm going to push it in. I'm pushing it into all the pieces of paper that are on the top, same as a brush would do. Try and keep it off your page. And it would pay actually to put another piece of blank paper on top of your lined paper so that you can rip it off if any glue has gone on there. Okay. And don't forget to put the glue on the back as well, on that piece of box board or chipboard or whatever you call it in your country. I'm going to put just a little bit more close to the back. So that I can move it onto that box board. Okay, now we're going to leave this sit. And get a wet cap or something. Wash our hands. And then a dry one. Okay, they're cooking. Just remember which is back and which is front. It's sticking up a little, I don't like. Okay, now our next piece of paper is here. So let's just see how much we want in. Okay, we can have the Eiffel Tower, I think, on this side, and I'll go for the whole thing. I am just going to mark it right up to, no, I'll go, I kind of like to have that car in there, so I'm going to go there. Oops. And be ready with an eraser. Okay. Just in case. front, what I'm going to do is front and back. Okay. Okay, now my lines there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it within 1/8 of an inch inside all those lines. I'm just going to use my trimmer here. Something that looks about 1/8 of an inch. As near as I can see, anyway. You can trim it up if it... Whoa, that's crooked, Stella. Okay. Let's see how we did. That is just a little bit too big, so we'll take something off this side. Take a little 1/8 of an inch off. That's beautiful. Okay, again we're going to use the double-sided sheet. I get these from Temu and they're so incredibly inexpensive, it's just not funny. I think I pay $11 for 20 sheets and it's pretty good. So let's put that down and let's go a measuring. Tracing, sorry. There we go. Just cut that. Not easy, but if you can just find that little bit, then we're cooking. That's good. So I'm just pulling it. Oh, jeez. Getting confused here. Okay, we're going to start here and make sure it is straight there, and straight. If it's not straight, we can always trim, but we like to try and get it straight as possible. Okay, we do have some overhang. Which we can either trim off or tuck in. I prefer to trim it off. bit more. The last thing you want is for some adhesion to be just left on the outside, because then it'll just stick to everything. That's alright. It's just a smidge up here. A little bit. Where are you, you little monkey? There we go. Right. And we're going to put that here and here. And I'm going to start with this side. So let's lift. Okay, so I'm going to hold it there first. See how it goes. A little bit more over there, I think. That looks good. That looks pretty much perfect. Just going to work these and then just fold over. It won't fit now because we've added some paper. Never mind. Just gently, gently, gently. There we go. Okay, now I really should be doing something with elastic. I'm not sure how to do that. So I may go for the punch closure with a flap over. Anywho, you can see this is going to fit in there nicely, and then there's going to be room for our pen to go in there. So let's see how we are. Still a bit wet. What I neglected was another one of these. Put some more glue. Shoot. Or you can wait, this glue's drying. Really do want this one in here, pinching and punching. Okay, let's leave that for now. Okay, now what we need is, we've got these cut-offs from the paper. I can use that, or I don't particularly like that, so just grab this piece here. What I'm going to do is the wrap around for the pad, and I'm going to use the 250 GSM cardstock. Okay, let's just grab a piece. I probably only want it about, I don't know, 1.5 inches maybe, give or take. Yeah, 1.5 inches would be good. 1.5 inches wide. Now I've got 80 pages in my pad, and when I measured those, it was 1 centimetre, which is just shy of 1/2 inch, and that's how come I chose 1/2 inch for my spine. No, I didn't. Let me tell Porky Star. 1.5 centimetres, almost 1.5. And that's just a little over 1/2 inch. It depends on the width of your pad. If your pad is smaller than this, then cut your spine width a little smaller than mine. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to pop that in there. And we're just going to fold it loosely. Over there. And I'm going to use glue just to close it off. I'm not gluing it to the pad. Just to close that off. And it would be nice if it was straight down there. There you go. You could also staple that piece if you wanted. So now we're going to take that off. And we want to put a picture on here. Let's go with 9.7, I think. 9.7 by 3.3. 3.3. I think I'll take from this side, because I want to use this side for, I used the wrong paper, didn't I? For the front and the inside. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Stress over it. Okay, so that one, this one's going to go over the writing pad. Yes, leave that for now. So we need 9.7 by 3.3. I'm just going to use glue. You could use tape. Now what I also want to do is I want to join this piece onto here so that just the pad itself can be removed and the cover is still here, if you get my drift. Enough, maybe not. While I'm waiting, let's go. Just going to cut that. Let's see, that's just 3.5 by 4.5, which is probably too big, so we're just going to fold it over 1/3, fold it over 1/3 there, and then fold it back over 1/3 there. Glue that. And glue that. And let's wait till that's dry, and then we are going to curl it. And this is going to be our little space for our pen. But let's just let the glue dry for a bit. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Still needs more glue, I think. I may have to take one page off because I've got a little smudgery doodah there. Okay, and now we want a pocket on this side, and I'm thinking that's not too bad. 1 centimetre fold over, 1 centimetre fold over, so I'm going to go 13.5 centimetres. No, this is way too high, but I'm just going to score it for now anyway. I'm scoring it at 1 centimetre, which is about 3/8 of an inch, thereabouts. And just turn it around to the other side and do the same thing, 1 centimetre. See how that works. Oops, forgot to do the bottom. Again, just 1 centimetre. And then you can see that little square down there. I'm just going to mitre it right across there, and the same with this one, right through the middle of that. And I think we'll just go to about here. What I'm going to do, I'm just free drawing this. Because that's what I want. Okay. So let's just mitre that a bit so you don't see it at the top. Get rid of that. And I'm going to ink this, I think. Ink the edges and this edge, and probably the bottom. This is the only thing I'm inking on this folio. Making sure that it's inside that hinge gully. Then I like to poke this in while I'm holding firmly to either side and just stretch the paper just a tad. And you can see you can fit something reasonably thick in there. Okay. How are we going here, you? Let's try and see how it goes. If it needs more glue, then it needs more glue. So just grab the backing and just flick the pages over. I am going to give it another layer of glue. I like the glue to be quite thick up here. Okay, that looks alright. Let's just take some glue from the front there and we'll let that dry. Okay. Now, where's my little pen thing? I'm just going to cut some of this, taking this off. Let me just see if I can put some more light on the subject. That's better. We're taking the head off. I think it's about that. Cutting this to roughly 2 centimeters. I still keep curling on the edge of my desk, and then maybe round a pencil. Sometimes it may pay to just spritz it with water on the white side. Make sure that fits in before we put any glue to it. It is quite awkward, but it's worth it. It really is worth the look to have the pen matching. Okay, that is good. So while I'm holding that tightly in there, I'm going to pop some glue here. Keep it rolling really tight, as tight as I can. go down a bit more. Ow. Down more, come on. That's better. And there we have our pen, which is matching. Okay. Ouch. Okay, I'm going to trim this, and this told me it was 10. So I'm going to go with 10 centimetres. Wide. Yeah. 10 centimetres. And it is 14.7. Wrote it down, didn't I? 15.3. No, it's 14.7. But I want it bigger than that. So I'm just going to trim it down to 18 for the moment. Oops. Forgot to put this piece in. So I can't really put that down until, ooh, upside down, until I get the pad ready. Got that. You can cut another sheet of the paper and make a little booklet for in there that you can put stamps or anything you like in there. And receipts. Okay. Okay, I'm just measuring this, and it is that little bit too long. You can see how I'm going there. I'm not wrapping it so tightly around the pen that it's not going to be able to move. So I've folded it. Now I just want to put this shorter side in there. You may not have got a shorter side, it may be just the same size, but I'm putting one underneath and holding them together. Let's see if a paper clip will fit in there. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's wait till that dries, and then we're going to pop it in . it won't go in with the paper clip. It'll go in there, probably up to there. So that pen fits actually quite perfectly inside the folio, but it's not going on the spine. It's going here. At least I don't think it should go on the spine. Let's have a look. It could go on the spine. Yes, it could go on the spine, or it could go next to the pad. We'll just see. The pad would be there, so that would be there. Well, choices and choices. While I'm waiting for that to dry, that pad to dry, I'll just take a little break and I'll be back. Okay, we're still waiting for that glue to dry. I mean, it's just a tad tacky, so we'll wait. What I have done in the meantime is grabbed a piece of the paper that's got the writing on, the scrap, and it's roughly 4 by 6.5 centimeters. So I've scored it one side at 1 centimeter and the other one just enough to go over to meet it or close it, like that. So you work that out yourself. And I'm just going to put some glue all over that. Put the short one in, then the big one, then put the flaps over. This is going to be our closure, and I hope it's long enough. Okay, I need it more on the front than I do on the back. So let's just fold and see how we go. That looks good. So what's that first fold? 1 3/4 centimeters. And then that one there. Okay, so this little piece is going to get glued just to the back. But this front piece, we're going to do something else. We're going to put a stud in it. Okay, what colour should we go for? Well, obviously pink would be the one, because there's pink flowers all over the shop. Or black. Ooh. Or grey. Ooh, not pink. Let's just have a look. It's grey. Oh, the grey looks nice. Too harsh, the black. We're going for grey. So we need the pokey one, and we need that, and we need another pokey one, and we need that one. Let's just work out roughly the centre. Well, that's 16, so 8. Let's put that little mark there. I'm only going to put it a tad over 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So we pop that in the back. Oops. And that one goes in there. Okay, this is so awkward. That's the wrong way. Oh, it's a good thing it was awkward. It's the wrong way. Oh, I would have been so cross with myself. That's it. And in this piece, we want a little hole. Oh, that's huge. Shoot. I didn't want it that big. Damn it. I'm going to put some glue in this because that one was just too... that hole was just too big. So a little bit of glue doesn't hurt. And then this one goes that way. Can push that down a bit. Well, we're a bit crooked. I think we have to start again with this one. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Writing on that. I'm not measuring it this time, I'm just guessing. Then three-quarters of an inch there, and then one. Okay, we're going to snip off that square, that one, and I'm slipping those outside of the inside of that score line and outside of that score line. Okay. That's good. And that one, yeah. You can see the 4 pieces, the 3 pieces are all different. So that goes there, and this is going on top like that. Just push it down a bit. Brilliant, love it. I'm not going to glue the back or score anything until we've got the pad in. Let's have a look, see how it's going. Okay, we've got good, good, good. Still a little bit tacky. Now I don't, if I was just joining this onto here, yeah, I'd put a fresh layer of glue. But I don't want this onto the, joined onto here. Let's just grab a piece of paper. Don't want it to stick, Stella. We don't want it to stick. It is still, even though I've gone to the hairdresser. That's what I was thinking. I've gone to the hairdryer and dried it a bit, but still. It is what it is. So, I'm going to measure it from the other side. That meets requirements. Yes. Now fold it over and fold it over again. Now let's crease those marks. So that's good. That's what it's going to be like. Okay, now this is going to go there, but what we need to do is glue this piece onto the back of the band. So we put it there. The first crease, not the second crease, which is going to hold the pad. It's the first crease. So fold it like that. You can use tape for this as well. Fold that over and make sure this is still open. Now with this straight up, with this top piece straight up, as much as you can make it straight up, we are going to fit okay, it can't go any less than a 1/16 of an inch below our paper. Okay, so I am going to put some tape across here. And glue. I really do wish I had my pad. Oh, because we'll pop it in. I just won't put anything on the top. Okay, in you go. Oh look, it's splitting. It's splitting. Gotta put some more glue. In the meantime, I just want to know where to put this. I am going to be gluing this piece of paper on top of there. I've decided. Wrong side, Stella. That's the way. So I'm going to push that down. Normally, it would pay to, once you've glued it and got the clips on, you would leave it overnight. Okay. That should go up there, and that should come over. Yeah, I am looking at okay, that's good. I'll take this off now and give this time to dry. Add some more glue. Okay, so I am going to put this piece of paper over it, and I'm going to clip So it would be better to leave it overnight, but I can't do that with my taping. I don't know how to leave it going so that I've got a continuous thing. Okay, and then once that's all dried, then I can trim off this extra piece here. Oh, that is really bright. That's better. So, leave that. Let's go here. I'm going to take off the backing of the tape. And we are going to add glue. And I said about 1/16 of an inch down. Let's make sure we are straight. And that looks pretty straight to me from this angle. Just a smidgen down. There we go. Stretch it just a little bit. I can. There we go. So our pad will pop in there. Up to there. Got a little pocket. Now let's pop our pen. It can either go here or it can go there. I'm not sure where to put it. I'm leaning towards there. So, glue on that little flat bit there. That's it. Shoot. take this top sheet of lined paper off. Okay, that's a bit messy, So we trim that as best we can, and then we can remove that piece there. Good. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up, but yeah, it's really good. It's turning out really well. That's it. I hadn't meant for this to stick down, but it has, so yay! So, be careful of that, Stella, because it's not quite dried yet. Don't be a bully. Okay. And slip our notebook in there. Oh my gosh, how lovely. Wow, how lovely is that? And you can keep the same thing, just change over your pads. It's not as flat as I would like. Okay. It's not a very sharp crease, so we're going for a real sharp crease if we can get one in there. That's the way. Sharp, sharp crease. There we go. So, this can go to there. Just crease that. Isn't it lovely? That is just lovely. I don't think it needs any more decoration. It's just beautiful as it is. I'm not going to open it because this is, the glue's not dried yet. I hope you like this journey. This is just absolutely gorgeous. I can't resist. I've got to open it. There we go. beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, that's it. I hope you found that worth the journey. Was to me. I'm going to make some more of those using different ranges of my papers. So I've got quite a lot. If you look on my Etsy shop. Okay, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast designing this. It was brilliant. And yes, I'm going to make more. Okay, now time to clear up the mess. And thank you for being with me, and keep well and stay safe out there. Bye for now.